All right, Dalton Schultz practiced, but a couple guys didn't. What does it mean? And are we overlooking something when it comes to this matchup? Plus, caught up with Danielle Hunter. You'll hear what he had to say about making his Texans debut in his hometown. Plus, let's follow the bread.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey, Locker Room. Yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk. Yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize every angle's what we really do. We the source.
The intensity of Danielle Hunter. It is the Locker Room, number one source for Texans digital content. I'm Landry Locker, always on the scene, always in the mix. Texans beat reporter and host of the Locker Room. Appreciate you for coming through. This portion of the Locker Room is sponsored by BetUS. BetUS right now, these guys are getting crazy. BetUS is offering 150% bonus, 150% sign-up bonus right now. All you got to do is use the code GOAT150, GOAT 150. Go to betus.com. Check that out. If you've been riding along with me, then you are ahead. You are winning money right now. I am on the under this week. I'm on the under, and I am staying. I took the spread. The Texans, I kind of gassed myself up, and I let you people, and I do mean you people, I let y'all gas me up. But I took the under 45.5. And I'll give you some of those reasons throughout. But check out BetUS, 150% sign-up bonus when you sign up right now. Use the code GOAT150. In other words, put in $10, get $25 back. That's a hell of a deal with BetUS. Happy Friday to everyone. College pigskin will be upon us tomorrow. Love me some good old college ball. Nice little college Saturday. It's been kind of a, I'll say a long-ish week for the Houston Texans. The question of the day today was, will he or won't he? Will Dalton Schultz practice? He did practice. And if you listen to this show, and if you're new to the show, if you're not a Texans fan, subscribe. It'll give you the pulse of what's going on with the Texans, which is actually relevant now. I don't blame you if you didn't give a rat's ass about this when it started 2 years ago, because who really cared? By the way, we've done 1,100 videos in 2 years. And that's on top of all the other stuff going on. So the consistency has been there. But if you listened yesterday, I said I would not bet against Dalton Schultz practicing today. He was moving around well. He appeared to be interacting with coaches. And we'll see whether he plays or not. He kind of dipped out early. In the locker room, wasn't really available for the media, kind of dipped out. I don't think he likes the media. I think Dallas, the overall experience, I think it kind of scarred him. I think he has trust issues. You know, like when a chick has a guy do her wrong and it's like, oh, I hate men. And, you know, she joins like a man hate club or something like that. Man, I just can't trust him. I feel like that's how Dalton is with the media. This is not Dallas. You won't get in as much trouble, Dalton. So you don't really have to dodge the media here. But that maybe he didn't, but it just kind of felt that way a little bit. But he did practice, and I do think he's going to go on Sunday. How effective will he be? Who knows? But he did practice. So Dalton Schultz got some practice in. Here was what the injury report looked like. And if you're following on Twitter, myself and Cody Stutz, we kind of noticed that there was no Juice Scruggs and there was no Dameon Pierce. Aaron Wilson was also there. Dameon Pierce was out with a hammy. What the hell would that mean? That would mean that Cam Akers is active. A lot of people wanted Cam Akers active anyways. Hopefully there's more than 3 carries to go around, but how effective will those carries be? I think that is a large question right now. And that brings me to a concern that I have that I don't know that too many people are paying enough attention to. And that's the possibility of Juice Scruggs missing the game. I know a lot of people saw that Jared Patterson happened to be the starting center last year, and they saw that CJ Stroud happened to have a good season and the Texans had a good season. So there appears to be kind of like a notion that Jared Patterson can fill in accordingly. I don't agree with that. I think the run game gets significantly worse with Patterson in there. I think the pass blocking gets significantly worse. The Bears are really, really underrated when it comes to what they got on the D-line. In fact, could I interest you in a stat? Last year, they were first in the league in rushing defense. They also led the league in interceptions. I think Jared Patterson, I think that would be a big, 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 big problem if Jared Patterson has to go, which he might. I actually think there's a possibility that Kendrick Green's actually a better player at this point. That's just where I'm at with Jared Patterson. I'm a lot lower on him than a lot of people are. Shout out to Charles for swarming the super chat. You ain't never hate. Swarm. Shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate you for coming through. Any update on Christian Harris? I don't have an update on Christian Harris. I don't think Christian Harris is going to play anytime soon, though. I think if you're just looking at 4 weeks or something like that, I'd bet against that. And I mean, look what we saw in camp. Like, we saw Christian Harris. The one time he practiced, he left after 8 minutes. If he would have never stepped on the field, I would be more encouraged. But think about that. So you're not practicing, and then all of a sudden you go out there, you're out 10 minutes. Like, if I were betting, I would say Christian Harris is going to be. I would say he misses more time than 4 weeks. That's just me, though. But that's just my. He's not out 4 games. Like, I would take the over there, Jake. That would be me, though. Y'all can bet accordingly. There's nothing official. There's no word or anything, but I would say he's out over 4 games. It's a minimum of 4 games. Remember that. That doesn't mean, that it's 4 games. It's a minimum, but I would probably lean the over. I know Stutz has been saying it as well. If I were betting on Christian Harris, time missed, I would take the over the 4 games. But I'm worried about Jordan Patterson starting at center. I'm very, very concerned. This was the injury report. Really pretty much just laid it out for you. You got Nico Collins with an illness. He's fine. He's moving around. He's good. He was limited Thursday, maybe just like a little bit of a cold. We actually talked to him yesterday, so they don't let injured players talk. Dameon Pierce, questionable. I think Dameon Pierce is not going to go out there and gut it. You know what I mean? Like, if Nico Collins is banged up, yeah, they wouldn't mind Nico Collins going out there and gutting it out. If Dalton Schultz can go, they're going to let Dalton Schultz go out there and gut it out. Scruggs, same thing. Dameon Pierce, they might trust him to be RB2, but that trust is not enough to where they're going to leave Cam Akers on the sidelines and have Dameon Pierce gut it out. So there are some guys that they would like to see gutted out. I think in this situation, if there's anything wrong with Dameon Pierce, he's inactive, he's on the sidelines, and Cam Akers is toting the rock. That would be my thing. Why solo on Patterson? Stutz doesn't mind him subbing in. I don't mind him subbing in. I mean, your backup, chances are when you have a backup offensive lineman, when you have a backup DB, when you really have a backup anything, quarterback, there's going to be a big downgrade. I just think there's like a notion that, Jared Patterson, he filled in last year, so there's not much of a downgrade from him to Juice Scruggs. I disagree. I think there's a significant downgrade. I mean, I heard some folks saying, there could be a competition, Juice Scruggs versus Jared Patterson in camp. Let's see how that looks. Jared Patterson didn't take a first-team rep unless Juice Scruggs was on the side getting some water. So that's what they think of that. They don't think this was a competition. They don't think it's close. I don't think Jared Patterson – I don't think we've seen Jared Patterson go against what Chicago has to offer. And quite frankly, I think the inability to run the ball last year had some stuff to do with Jared Patterson. I think he's okay pass blocking. I think run blocking, I think it's a problem. And I think there's a lot of people that watch tape that will probably tell you that as well. I'm not really a tape guy. I listen to it and I watch what goes on and I watch what the team does. I'm down on Jared Patterson. That's where I'm at. Shout out to you, my friend. You look like that, man. That might be a doctor's coat right there. Enjoy the show. Appreciate you. My friend, he showed potential. He showed potential to be a backup center. Even when good backup centers go in, there's a big downgrade. You're going against a damn good defense in Chicago. Now, if he were a defensive lineman, I'd feel pretty good because Chicago's guards suck. But he's an offensive lineman. He's going against a defense that was number 1 in the league in rushing last year. So that concerns me. But there's going to be concern again with any backup center. I just don't. I don't. The comfort level is a little bit too high for me with Jared Patterson. So we'll see how it goes. Juice Scruggs played center in college. I mean, he's played center. I mean, the only reason that Juice Scruggs has one career start at center is because last year they had enough injuries at guard to where they had to put him in there, and that's where he was needed. But he's a better center. The roof's going to be open on Sunday, so we will get the roof. It was hot as hell today. Practice was inside of NRG today, and it was hot as hell. They had it open. I'll say this: if they were playing at noon, then it would be interesting. There's a whole thing, but no, it's not fixed yet. Looks like they're working on it, but they're going to open it on Sunday. I think it's going to be like 80 degrees, so there's that. I don't know that they would be doing that if they were playing at noon because it was hot as F. And I'm a guy, you guys know me. I go on walks when it's 105. My wife's like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" I like it. You tell me it's 40 degrees, I'm not going outside. I hate cold weather. Hate it. Hot, I love it. I'll tell you this. I don't know if the sunlight intensifies when it kind of beams through that metal on the side, but the hole up there, it was hot as hell today, even for me. It was hot as hell today. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if Juice Scruggs does go or Patterson. And I hope that they figure it out. Why didn't they use the bubble? I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to practice where they were going to play. Not sure. Honestly, it's if you've been out there, it's a hell of a walk to the bubble. So, I mean, they did a lot of walkthrough today. It's not like a intense, crazy practice. So doing it on the field, I think is cool. So maybe that's why. Not sure. But Danielle Hunter, he's going to be making his debut for the Houston Texans. Caught up with Danielle Hunter. He mentioned last year, look how intense this dude is. Love me some Danielle Hunter. He mentioned last year that he went to the Texans-Browns playoff game, and that was part of the thing that he liked was the atmosphere at that game. I asked him about that. I asked him about improvements, and we'll get to something else that maybe nobody's talking about when it comes to the Houston Texans matchup with the Bears on Sunday. It is the Locker Room. Be sure to subscribe, like, ride along, thumbs up for the best possible pulse you can get at the Texans when it comes to the digital beat game. Here's Danielle Hunter.
Sunday Night Football, how excited are you to get out there in front of the home crowd? You talked about, the playoff game last year, said that was kind of one of the appealing things about coming out here. How excited are you for that?
I'm very excited. It's been a while since I've seen this stadium with the roof open, so I'm excited about that. I think it's been since 2011 or something. But I'm really excited to just go out there and play in front of my teammates, my coaches, and my family. There's no other exciting feeling than playing out there on Sunday Night Football.
The first game, any takeaways, anything that you were pleased with, disappointed in from the game against Indy?
We played together as a team. There's a lot to improve on, which is a good thing. Biggest thing is that we've done what we needed to do this week in order to prepare ourselves for the game coming this weekend.
All right, there you go. That's Danielle on that. Also, another element that we don't really talk about when it comes to Danielle Hunter. He's probably hates the Bears. He's a Minnesota guy. I actually kind of thought about that. Minnesota folk hate Bears. So I asked him about that little extra juice on that. Is it an advantage? Like, do you have a good grasp of this offensive line? We'll hear that in a sec here in the locker room. Be sure to swarm the like button. Do what Killa said to do. That helps. And first, though, Jeffrey, he has swarmed the super chat.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
Said, got my new rig just in time for this week's game. H-Town in the hood. She's called Hannah. Good for you, man. And that's much appreciated for you. And it's going to be fun. That's funny that you named it Hannah. Here's Danielle Hunter talking about his familiarity with the Bears. And if that helps, if it kind of lights a fire under him, whatever, here's Danielle.
You got a long history with the Bears. Does the blood kind of boil a little bit more when you kind of see Chicago, just coming from Minnesota?
I mean, there's definitely some familiarity with playing them. So During the week I've just been giving tips to all the other guys about how to play them and all that stuff. So, but I'm really excited to just go out there and play this game, with my teammates.
You got a long history with the Bears.
Notice that he also mentioned, and I didn't really catch it, that the roof was going to be open. I think that was like an hour before they made the official announcement. Nothing major there, but I found that a little bit interesting. The roof. Why was that such a massive deal? Like there was a big reaction on the internet with the roof being open. Is that just that exciting? I think it's cool. I didn't know it was like that exciting. I do anticipate that there's opportunity on the outside for the ends to make plays, and on the interior, their guards suck. Their guards are not good. But I think if Scruggs does not play, I can't emphasize enough that I'm just kind of concerned about what Patterson will look like. Maybe I'll think maybe I'm overly concerned. Who knows? Roof's been open. I mean, it's been open before. It's not all the time, but it's been open. The other thing is it's broken. So, I mean, they really didn't have a choice. We'll see if they're doing this whenever it's fixed and it's closed. I mean, if it's like 1/5 of it or whatever is open. So I don't know, but yeah, the roof's been open before. It's not like insanely. I mean, I know it's rare, but not all the time. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. Sunday night football. Appreciate everyone for rolling through. Someone asked if you can borrow $5. No, you cannot. But I appreciate the ask. I know you're just kidding. Buzzball, anything to do with stadiums is exciting. Did you see Jacksonville rename the stadium Trevor Bank? Yeah, I saw that. Someone was making fun of that today at practice. I still don't understand this at all. I don't get it. Again, it's the first for a night game. Are they going to do this when it's fixed? That's my thing. Like, are they going to do this when it's fixed? Like right now, it's already partly open. Am I being a curmudgeon? It's possible. It's been a long day. We've been on the scene at everything. We've done a lot of streams this week. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a curmudgeon, but I don't look at the roof as that big of a deal. Grumpy Landry, possibly. Tired Landry, man. I need to sit on my ass tomorrow and just veg out and watch college ball. Try to make some money with BetUS. For sure. Rich Boy Jay, does anything excite, dude? I don't know. Have you ever been here? I get excited pretty often, goofball. Lego. Yeah, a lot excites me. Just not really the roof. Roof does not excite me. I get very excited by a lot of things, just not the roof. Party pooper, maybe so. When was the last time we have a Sunday night football? The last time they had Sunday night football, I want to say it was December 2nd. I was there. It was Texans versus Patriots. The Nuke Hopkins pitch from Deshaun Watson. So it's been that long. Deshaun Watson was the toast of the town. Deshaun Watson was respected by everyone around here. He was one of those servant leaders, and DeAndre Hopkins found the end zone. So that's what we had. Any rumors about another cornerback, aka Xavier Howard, with the Kudon IR? They brought in Desmond King. I don't think there's any Xavier Howard stuff going on. But yeah, they brought in Desmond King. So we'll see how that goes. Chill out on my boy. I'll try. Caleb Glazers. What is that? Is that like Caleb Stans? Is that the new one, Glazers? Caleb Williams. What do you say? Caleb Glazers remain in denial and insist on idolizing his ineptitude. I mean, I wouldn't call him inept. He definitely didn't have a great game. Got some passes batted down, missed some receivers. But, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. So we'll see. Will Desmond King get activated? Don't know. Couldn't really tell. I hate injuries. I do too, but I don't think I think it could be worse. And I think it has been worse around here. So yeah, it sucks whenever someone gets hurt, but we damn sure know for sure, and we know around the league that that it could definitely be worse. What's my prediction for the game? I like the under. I like the Texans to win. The 7 I'm not overly comfortable with. I think they have potential. I like the under. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. We hit the under over last week, so we'll see. How many sacks do you think the Texans get Sunday? Let's go with 3. They had 2 week 1. Let's go with 3. 3 sacks for the Texans. Caleb Williams runs into a couple. We'll go 3. We'll go 3.5. Let's go 3.5 sacks. What color fingernail polish will he use? I don't know. Does he still do that, or did he get kind of bullied into not doing that? The fingernail polish has been kind of one of those things. 5 sacks. Rolo says 5 sacks. Okay. Who do you think is going to be wide receiver 1 this week? Whew. Not Nico. How about that? I'll say not Nico. I'll say it'll either be Tank or Diggs this week. One of those guys. I think we get to see the love spread out, and I think it's either Diggs or Tank. Not Nico. Tank's going to get his. He seems pretty excited about it. This game is giving me Texans versus Panthers vibes from last season. I mean, the Texans weren't really significantly, like at that point, like head and shoulders above the Panthers. I know the Panthers ended up being bad, but I would say this is a lot different. They're battle tested. The offensive line's healthier. But I mean, I can get the comparison. You have a rookie quarterback who's struggling, not as deep in the season, but early on, you're feeling pretty confident. You feel like it should be a dub, and then you end up losing. And I don't hate the comparison. I think the Bears are a better football team than the Panthers. I also think the Texans are better than what they were, but I get that comparison, and I get the vibe. I think that's actually a really good comparison, even though you got the Cardinals thing going. Respect to you, St. Louis Rebel. Are you from St. Louis? I was talking about St. Louis today. I used to love Hodak's chicken wings in downtown St. Louis, man. Those chicken wings. In Hodak's, the sides, all that type of stuff. And then there was a pizza place that shut down called Ponacillo's that was like real thin crust. Like there's thin, and it was like, I mean, it was almost like a cracker. That's how thin it was. It was called Ponacillo's. Ended up shutting down. But we used to keep that in the freezer. My stepdad used to like just keep it stocked, like 10 pies or whatever, just 10 pies deep of Ponacillo's pizza. So if you're in Chicago, if you're in St. Louis, shout out to the Lou. Yes, there are whiteout unis, and the roof will be open. So there are some interesting stuff. Was Cam Akers a healthy scratch last week, or is he hurt? Yeah, he was a healthy scratch. He was fine. They just went with Pierce. They liked Pierce in that situation. Emo's Pizza in St. Louis goes hard. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Shout out to Rich Boy J. I was just messing around with you earlier. Arthur, I don't think these Texans do like the old and okay down there. See, that's crazy that you say that, because I don't disagree with you, but how funny is it that the Texans had a magical season last year, at least based on expectations and the complete trajectory. See how I sounded that out and got that out instead of slobbering all over myself like I've been known to do. But the trajectory of this organization just completely flipped last year. But you're talking about the Texans not doing that, and you're saying the old. That kind of shows like how far, even after last year, you think this team has come and how capable you think they are. I mean, you're talking about a team that won the division in a playoff game last year in 10 ball games, and hell, that Carolina game was less than a year ago. That was less than a year ago. And Arthur is talking about this Texan squad and saying that they're not like the old Texans, which is, I think it's symbolic. I think it's proportional to the dialogue that we've been having about this Texan squad, where they go on the road in Indy. And I mean, don't want to say they played like crap, just didn't feel like they played great. And it seems like they've come a long way in a short time. So I like what you said there. I really like that. I think that's a good point. Yeah, I know that's Mark McGuire. Come on, man. Born and raised in St. Louis. That's Mark McGuire. I got Mark McGuire baseballs up there. 2 of them. I hustled my way when he came in town. VP. I hustled my way. I actually got 3. Gave one away, but I went down the line as a kid, teenager, just hustling my ass off when McGuire. Batting practice used to be sick. When McGuire, yeah, shout out to Hodax. Hodax goes in. I don't like injuries, but I find it funny that Blackman for the Colts is out with a shoulder injury because Mixon gave him the work all game. Yeah, Mixon runs like a damn dog, absolute dog, and he just runs folks over. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. Yeah, I mean there's some funny in that. You don't have to feel bad for laughing at that. Good teams find a way to win when they're not playing their best. That's a fact. We think the Texans are a good team. They have to get better players, not give less opponent to lesser players, for sure. Appreciate everyone for coming through. The Friday night streams are a little bit shorter. Got a special guest popping in on Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. Post-game show right after the game. It's the number 1 post-game show for the Texans. Be sure to subscribe to get alerted. Like, right along. We'll hear from Nico. We'll hear from CJ. We'll hear from whoever the hell they send to the podium, and we'll immediately react. I think we were 800 deep last time. Let's get that up because the excitement's going to increase. Who gives a damn if it's late? Sunday night football. You got to go to work. You can sleep later. We'll figure it out. And then reaction Monday right at 8 a.m. So I have no excuses. You have no excuses either. Be sure to ride along. If you don't catch it live, just go ahead and watch it after. And just ride along. Practice updates on the shorts after every practice. I am at every practice. I'm going to give you the updates there. If big news pops, I'm going to go live. I'm going to be live in the morning with Stutz, and I'm going to be live at night, and I'm going to be on that beat. The digital beat game will never, ever be the same. I can promise you that. If you need to know what's going on with the Houston Texans, I got you covered. If you need to make some money betting on football, college football, BetUS, use that promo code to get 150. Gosh, man, I only got 125. The sales keep getting better and better, but 150% sign-up bonus. Use promo code GOAT150. Again, I'm on the under. I've been pretty hot. Ride along with me if y'all want. It's going to be very fun. At Landry Locker on Twitter. I'll probably be fooling around during college tomorrow. I'm very excited. Kind of seems like a slow day, so I'm just going to veg out, check it out, maybe throw some stuff on the grill, get rested up for Sunday because it's going to be a long-ass Sunday. Going to get up to the stadium a few hours early, going to tailgate. I'm not going to drink or anything, but I'm going to go to the tailgates, and then I'm going to go up to the press box, and then I'm going to be right here in the locker room for the post game. So I'm going to ice up like Steve Smith used to say, and I appreciate all y'all. It's all love, and I appreciate y'all for rolling through. I got you covered on this beat, I promise you. The number 1 radio product has moved right here to the digital game, which I was already here for 2 years, but this is where the focus is. And now I am on the scene. I am there every damn day. Right along. Appreciate y'all. We're all in it together. Let's go. Football season is upon us. Pigskin tomorrow, college version, pro version on Sunday, Texans, bam. I'm rambling like a mofo. I'm going to get some damn sleep. Get ready for tomorrow. Let's eat.
We the source, we the pulse of the city too. Landlocked, got the game in the headlock. Localized every time, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we top 2 and we not too. Plugged in daily digital on YouTube. We got taste for days, opinions to give, we got takeaways. If it's up, then it's up, we number 1. You don't need to try your luck. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize every angle's what we really do. We the source, we the pulse of the city.